Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Winnie Sue Paul. I'm a reporter with WPTV, and today we are talking about home buyer strategies with Andrew Levy with Ecofine Properties, a real estate agent who has been sharing a lot of strategies with us. We have a piece coming up at 6 tonight with a home buyer, and here to give us a sneak peek is Andrew sharing some insight. Andrew, what can you tell us about the market right now?
Well, right now the market is still fast and furious. It is extremely aggressive with buyers, and there's still very little supply. So you've got a very lopsided seller's market that gives the seller a tremendous amount of leverage. So it's really up to the buyer and the buyer's agent to create strategies and tactics to win the deal.
And what are some of those strategies and tactics? As we were discussing earlier, when you say it is a seller's market, that really means that sellers have a lot of advantage in terms of how they negotiate a deal. Share some of those advantages that a seller might have and how a buyer can circumvent that.
Okay, so I can talk about it from the sell side and the buy side, from my listing from my listing clients. So typically, if you're listing, you want to have periods that are as short as possible, so the property is not off the market for an extended period of time. For example, you want a very short inspection period, 5 to 7 days. You would prefer a 7 to 10 day loan approval period, and of course, with the new contracts for the state of Florida, the FAR contract, the appraisal has to happen within the a loan approval period. So from a seller's perspective, they want everything to be as short as possible. So if a deal doesn't work out, they can put it back on the market to take another deal.
Okay, is that what we refer to as the due diligence period?
That is, yes, the inspection period is technically the due diligence period for the buyer, correct.
Okay, and I'm familiar with a 30-day window, but is that window shortening?
Yep, that's exactly what's happening. So the key is to be aggressive, is to actually shorten the loan approval period as much as possible. The default on the FAR contract is 30 days, but with the market getting so furious and with the with the amount of offers that some sellers have been getting, which could be up to 20, 30 offers, the aggressive way and the tactics that a buyer's agent has to do is shorten every period as much as possible. So with my current buyer that you'll see at 6 o'clock tonight, we had to literally do everything at 7 days. 7-day inspection, 7-day loan approval, and 7-day appraisal. That was the only way we were going to win the deal. And that is extremely short.
Wow, I am very surprised to hear about that as well. And you mentioned a lot of tactics that the buyer can use to get that deal. What are some of those strategies?
So the strategies are, the obvious one is to waive the inspection. But there are certain properties like single family homes where it's not really a good idea to waive the inspection because if you're doing a single family, it can be a little bit more of a risk. But if you're buying a townhome, let's say in Abacoa, that's part of a larger complex that has very good stats regarding their previous inspections, that you can waive. That's easier to waive an inspection to feel good about it. The other part is waiving the appraisal or waiving the financing contingency. So what I just did to win this deal with my buyer is, because the loan approval is 7 days and the appraisal has to take place within that 7 days, I'm waiving the loan approval because if we know that it doesn't appraise, we'll have enough time to get out of the deal without the buyer losing any deposit money. So that's another way to do it. So waiving the inspection period, waiving the financing contingency, those are the two, I'd say, strongest things that you can do, in addition to a very short closing period, or asking the listing agent what the seller would like as a closing date. That's another great tactic, because if you give them what they want, that often is very helpful.
Fantastic. We have a few viewers commenting. We have Justin Wagner saying, good afternoon from Michigan. Hey, Justin, so happy to have you. Thanks for tuning in. And we also have Jennifer, who says that a woman I met yesterday just came here from Venezuela and has only been here for a month, no visa, but she lives in a nice apartment right across Jupiter High School. How did she get an apartment when none are available? Sweet lady, just curious. So that is another conversation we're having in our Priced Out of Paradise series. Rentals are hard to come by. I know you focus on homes, but what do you have to say to the renters out there?
Rentals, what's happening in the rental market right now is tremendously, it's over the top. I've heard about rents going up 30%, 40%, 50%, some of them even doubling. So this kind lady probably got a very good, she probably got a landlord that was sentimental to the fact that she was coming here from Venezuela. And my guess is they just wanted to be lenient and they wanted to not gouge her.
Mm-hmm. We have another comment from John who says, people who are buying will lose their value once the market collapses. That is a big concern out there. What do you have to say about that, Andrew?
So what I think could possibly happen, I don't think we're going to have a collapse like 2008. I don't think that that's possible because a lot of the precursors to that, which were very loose lending practices, a tremendous amount of speculators in the market, those don't exist in this market. The lending practices are still pretty fervent. And we only see primarily investors buying up properties that they can rent, but not speculators. Speculators are purely looking to buy low and sell high. That is not existing in this market. So without those three precursors, we might see a course correction, which might even be deserved. But I don't think we're going to see a collapse.
Right. That process to obtain financing with a shorter, is that the contingency period? Would you recommend a buyer getting pre-approved before they even look for a home so they can have a little skin in the game?
Yes. Well, what I would say is this. It is extremely important to be working with a good lender and a lender that can work with speed. For example, with our lender, Cross Country Mortgage, the client, my client that we're going to be speaking with later today, or that we did the segment that's coming up at 6, he said it's very good to have a good team. And by team, he's talking about me, my broker, and the people that I introduced them to, like Cross Country Mortgage. So the only way that you can actually write those short contingency periods for financing is if you have a lender that can do the appraisal quickly.
Okay, so working with a team is also a good idea. Having a variety of people with high-level expertise to negotiate and get through that deal.
Exactly. Like, for example, one more thing. It's also key to have great inspectors that can also move quickly. So inspectors, lenders, getting the pre-approval started way early on because you've got to quickly make offers. So those are the two biggest things, that I would suggest.
Okay, let's see. We have some more comments coming in. Hello to Iris, Eek Thomas, as well as Roxanne. We have Jill who says, how long do you think it will take for rental rates to come back to earth?
That's a good question. Although I don't do that many rentals, I think that in probably 2 to 3 years, things will cool down. I think that landlords are going to take advantage. Most landlords will take advantage of this hike and probably do it for a year or two. But at some point, especially, for example, in downtown West Palm Beach, all these new buildings going up that are going up downtown are all rental buildings. So when the supply increases in West Palm Beach, you're not going to be able to ask, double the rent from just a year ago. So I think you're going to get more rental supply. And I think that kind of price gouging, although some of it might be warranted because of the market, I think that will cool off even even greater than prices for, for homes.
Now, I think it's important to note that with these rising rental rates, they are comparable to what people are paying for a mortgage. So what would you say to someone who is paying that high rental rate and may consider buying, but maybe hesitant, maybe because of down payment concerns? Are there options for those folks?
Well, that's the biggest thing. The biggest thing is that if you've got the money for a down payment, my recommendation would be to buy a home, simply because you're putting your rent into, like right now when you pay rent, it's just going away. It's a sunk cost. But if you have enough money for a down payment, these payments that you're making are actually building equity in something that you own that can be valuable in the future. Because even if we do have a recession, and things cool down, prices cool down, in about 5 to 7 years, those prices are going to come back up. So even if you do the normal economic cycle, if you buy something and you're going to live in it for 5 to 7 years, that's a much better solution than renting. And of course, that's if you have the deposit money.
Okay, fantastic. Let's see what we have here. Roxanne says, do you think it's risky for a first-time buyer to buy a condo for investment purposes in Miami if it's a good rental rate?
I actually think for investors, if they can afford a unit that has a very good rental rate, there are certain loans that you could get that are based on the rental rate. So let's say you can rent something for $8,000 a month. It will support a payment, a mortgage payment of $8,000 a month. So as an investor, I don't think it's risky. I think it's again, it's a little bit like Vegas. You want to, when you go to Vegas, you expect to lose some money, but with real estate, it's you always have to be ready. I always say, if you don't invest unless you can afford to lose it. With real estate, it's a little different. But I do think if you can find a condo that's got a very high rental rate, you can get a loan that is predicated on the rental rate. So I think it's a good idea.
Okay, we have another comment from Thomas. If you had cash on you now, would you go out there and buy a house in this market or wait until 2023?
It's I would say that not knowing where they're looking, it all depends on where they're looking. Every area is different. So it depends on the area. It depends what they can build around it. For example, I've got a client who was looking to pay about 25% above what the comparable rates are, what the comparable prices are in the community. Now, if you look around and you see that there isn't a lot of land for development, or if you search future residential development for a certain area, and many things, and if nothing comes up, then I think it's a good time to invest. I mean, I think it's a good time because right now, the market is definitely, the stock market and investments are definitely a little bit more risky right now than real estate. Real estate is a little bit more of a bedrock if you want to plant some money.
All right, we have concerns from John. Once foreclosures begin to domino within each neighborhood, then comparables in each neighborhood will bring housing appraisals down in every neighborhood, and more people will abandon their overpriced mortgages, and then more foreclosures will occur.
So that happened a lot in 2008. I don't think it's going to happen like that. I don't think that is going to happen. A all-out collapse, yes, will cause a foreclosure crisis like we experienced in 2008 through 2010. I think that I don't think that's going to happen. And if there are defaults, it's going to be much lower. And I just don't think that will happen.
Right. And it's important to note this lending practices are much more stringent than they were back during the 2008, 2009 recession and the foreclosure housing crisis that we experienced then. Very strict lending processes, which essentially helps lenders understand that that home buyer will be able to pay their mortgage. So
Correct.
that is part of it, which is why there's always concern for foreclosures, but I believe that there are some practices in place to help prevent what we saw back in 2008 and 2009. Let's see, we have PJ Donovan. If the market is backed by simple supply and demand based on population growth, wouldn't the current housing and rental prices just be the new standard?
There is something to be said for that too. So if supply stays low and it supports the supply side, demand side economy, then there is a very good chance, especially here in Jupiter, that many of the price increases are going to stick because they were actually undervalued to begin with.
Okay,
So I
fantastic.
do think that for many communities in many areas, it could be the new standard.
Okay, new standard. We'll see what happens next, but we're definitely keeping a close watch on the situation. Andrew Lever, real estate agent with Echo Fine Properties, joining us. Thank you so much, Andrew. I truly appreciate your time. And I will tell everyone, Andrew will be back on WPTV tonight at 6 p.m. You don't want to miss it. He found success with a home buyer who was searching for a home, had 5 no's, but finally got that yes. So we'll explain how he was able to secure contract with a house. They're under contract right now. And yes, so please tune in and catch that with us at 6. And we'll check in with Andrew later on. We appreciate all of your time. Thank you so
Great.
much.
Thank you, Lenny.